Hello and welcome. Join us today while we review New Classic's latest album, Great American. In these sessions, we overview the album itself, some of the motivation behind the songs, and hear from none other than Mr. New Classic himself. This is part 3 of a 3-part journey. Hey guys, we're here with Mr. New Classic, episode 3 in the series. And we took a look at some tracks before, but we're going to continue reviewing the Great American Classic. How are you doing today, Mr. Johnny? What's up on your side?
I'm doing just swell. Thank you for asking me, Mr. Tekmo.
Why, of course. Let's get ultra fake with it. I love it.
We reviewed half of the album already, and now we're getting ready to the latter half of the album.
We can be honest, too, and say that our last session went south with audio, so I don't know. I like to be genuine, right? We've had a practice run.
Today is 100% first time ever been uttered in this universe.
I think we'll have a good flow to it. And I think we went through it the last time we went through the most amount of songs in the shortest amount of time. So I think we're getting good at it. If anything, this is going to be even better, right?
Yeah.
So
we ironed out the wrinkles in post. Or pre, I guess. But
take 2 is usually better, right? Anyways, Mr. Nobody, you got a sample from Mr. Show. I can't think of his name again. Anyways,
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk.
Call Saul.
He was going to be Michael Scott too on The Office, apparently.
I've actually seen his tryout videos, and I thought they were pretty good.
Totally could see that too with his character. Anyways, it has a sample from that, and what's kind of the overall feel on this one?
So the whole thing, I guess, is it's kind of like a flex track, but it's also like an introduction track, because like, despite being as infamous as I am, not many people know who I am as a musician and rapper, so I felt like I had to put out a track just kind of like an introduction, because talk a little bit about myself and a little bit about the history of hip-hop and that kind of thing. Whereas
those folks here that at least are on this channel, right, they know you, because we've been demoing BC and New Classic since from way back, yo.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so whereas Chronophobia is an introduction to the album as a whole, kind of my life story, Mr. Nobody is like an introduction to the second half of the album, and it's more about me and my current situation as far as hip-hop goes. So I hope y'all enjoy it.
Yeah, let's check it out. Mr. Nobody, here we go.
Who the fuck are you?
With
me?
HD chewing sound effects. And like I was talking to you before, I wanted to let the beat kind of play out as the intro, just because this is the beginning of the second half of the album, just to kind of give it like solidify its place as an intro.
Right here. That I really like. That weird sampley snare thing. That's dope.
The 808?
I think that is. I don't know. It's in the back and it's got reverb on it. But anyways.
Maybe you never heard a master at work. Maybe you never gave a listen to Bambada or Herc. But just maybe you'd be different if you had it said. Or maybe you just never learned your worth. I'm a child of the earth. You're a product of environment. Maybe you'll just maybe get to heaven. Me, I'm heaven sent. I'm hellbound, man. I said it before. Since I've been grinding up my bones so I can pay the rent. I'm dirt poor. I'm shadows and dust. I'm mechanically minded, but I'm starting to rust. All my joints are shot to pieces, and you probably won't believe this, but my heart was broken once, and now it's harder to trust and love. But what's that gotta do with anything other than the fact that love is everything and freedom rings? Ears ringing from tinnitus, play my music too loud. I'm hearing voices of my ancestors saying they're proud. They cast a long shadow, feeling like I'm under a cloud, but I'm never alone because I always bring a crowd in. Bounce with me, raise your hands to the sky, stay together till the day that we die. And lately I've been feeling like my plans all came together. My time is of the essence, but I'm finna take forever. Don't ever try to say I'll never make it. I take constructive criticism just to fuel my every endeavor. And I've been working on myself for what's been feeling like a lifetime. I've learned to hone my craft and pen my poetry in tight rhymes. Compressing messages to perfect portion packages. I'll take a mouthful and make it bite-sized. And yet, I still was voted the host of the most verbose lyrics representing Pangea music. Now how's that? Most other MCs may think that they can take me, but they ain't trying to take me very seriously. And why is that? I'm serious. I spend a third of my life perfecting how I rap and write, and now my rhyming is nice. And you can pull me out the ring, but I'll continue to fight. Cause every dog gets his day, but I'm staying the night. Plus I'm always fine-tuning, that's my hip-hop philosophy. The story of my life is a divine comedy. And honestly, my biography will be a famous odyssey. Students of the game will come to study my theocracy. Rest in peace to Albert J. All due respect, but me, well, I'm the next great prodigy. NC the MC, better known as
I love the hype in the back.
Mr. Nobody.
You're hiding me.
Like,
Dope.
you hoiding me? That's Mel Brooks, by the way, from Spaceballs. You should all be aware of that.
Love it.
Yeah,
I had to do. I had-
hoiding me?
the Schwartz. Got out of
May
Cracker
the
Jack box.
Schwartz be with you.
Oh man. Anyways, had some camera malfunction, but I think I recovered pretty decent. Camera angle's not too shitty, but yeah. Our battery ran out. Another fun one, but fuck you, not fucking up this stream.
What camera do you use?
I don't want to advertise it because I'd rather not be sponsored by it. No, it's a Sony
Panasonic
A7 II. It's like what we did the lift kit video with, but like the knockdown or older version of. But for this, I really dig it, at least. But yeah, no in-camera slow motion, which is the shiz, and that's what I wanted. And I got this one, and I was like, oh, it doesn't have it.
So,
but still nice.
I use a Lumix G7, I think.
Nice.
But what I like about it for a webcam is there's a utility you can buy for it that plugs into the battery port and then allows you to feed it off of wall power.
Dude, that's the difference between the other one too, is it had independent power. And this one you can charge using the camera, but it won't power independently over USB. Gotta love it. Yeah. But anyways, happy we got the recovery on that one. I wasn't ready to do any more sessions like 3. That'd be rough. I don't know. Anyways, at least for the next one, we had Vacation with Mr. Toke, and you were saying this is about going on vacation with your lady, correct? Or at least perhaps one of those times?
Yeah, it was mostly inspired by my trips down to Florida. For those of you that don't know, the Tampa Bay area is pretty occupied by a lot of Pangea members. That's, I would say, the most...
Lousy with Pangea Denver. People.
Yeah, it used to be Colorado.
It moved. Yeah, changing the studio with that part, that's my fault.
So, it's very much influenced by going down there, and also inspired a lot by my at the time I wrote it, fiance, now wife. You know, it's obviously poetry, so you can't take everything too seriously, but it's a fun song. It's definitely like a feel-good smoke kind of track, so I had to get the homie Toke on it, you know, because he's always bringing those spicy lyrics.
Naturally, right? Spacey, spicy, all of it. I love it.
Yeah, it's really.
We're trying to get on with him tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Got him some. I sent him a webcam and a headset, all kinds of goodies. I'm sending him a 80-foot Ethernet cable too. I'm like, dude, we're gonna squash this. No more connection excuses.
Sweet.
But anyways,
once we got him all set up, I want to do a review track with him for. I don't know if you know, with the 3 of us, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. That thing is a monster. But yeah, let's check out at least Vacation. I'm ready for one, considering all this BS with work. So yeah, let's check it out.
I just took one.
Dude, see, I'm ready. Anyways, Vacation featuring Mr. Toke on the new classic, Great American Classic album.
Jump in the spaceship, working the day shift, hoping the day say either way, no matter what, I'ma face it.
Unfamiliar places, odd obscure faces. Wait, hella far from homeostasis. Cover your bases, swinging for the fence in a home plate switch. Home plate dish, fillet fish, really bitch. I'm doing it, not talking ish, I'm proving it. Put on thing, I'm moving it. Music on play, I'm grooving it. Can't do no song, y'all cool with it. Who with it? Act a fool with it. Be real with it. Blow your horn, start tuning it. Say I don't really give a shit about fuck right now. Party with some strangers and my friends.
That's my favorite
Can I
line.
light up this blunt, take a hit right now. Make my heart beat pound, cause it sounds so loud. I'm just playing around, I'm happy now. Being on the mic is a playground. Underground, do it art cause I love it. Problem side, just shove it. All one together, have trust in it. Break it all down, we crushing it. Read it all in, no rushing it.
Yeah, I like that ends it hard and then goes soft. And then just back in.
Yeah. It's like you're taking right back off. Going up on the clouds.
Board a plane and
I
fly
like
to
that double
paradise.
kick.
Southbound touchdown, land between the pair of thighs. RBF crack a smile like she's Mona Lisa. Taught her all about my game and now she's hot for teacher. I got a high in life and got a need for reefer. She's got a beef of how I beat my meat. She wanna show me how to treat her with respect. She wanna hit repeat. She got a grip on life, I got a raw technique. Yeah, but y'all don't know me like that. People think that all I do is rap about rap. Yeah, don't need a chrome piece.
Yeah,
Don't want
like
the
those.
gold teeth. That is your skin deep. My beauty's underneath. I'm on top, she knocked out. I never pull my punches. I make my lady liquid lunches when she's got the munchies. My lady's patient cause she likes it when I keep her waiting. I take her breath away, mouth to mouth resuscitation. Vacation. Vacation.
I like Vacation. You're a punny guy, man.
Yeah, my moments. I always like that track too because it makes me feel like, you know, you're taking a private jet to some beach somewhere. You know, it's got that vibe to it.
Yeah, most definitely. No, and I think like everything else to your trip, like it kind of is the midpoint, right, of the album and allows for a nice little breather type moment, right?
Yeah, which I guess brings us to the next track. So the final third, this album's kind of broken up into thirds, right? I know that we've been listening to it in different quarters, basically, but
That's my fault. Damn it. No.
you had one job.
Yeah.
But so the final third of the album gets a little real at times. So when it came to Vacation, I really wanted to end off like that portion of the album like with something pretty smooth, like low fade out, and then it comes right to Fake News Break, which is our next track, which is kind of like the prerequisite track for the final third of the album, where it kind of interrupts what the more feel-good side of the album's been.
And you said
Kinda
this one's
begins to
popping
realize.
online, right? At least pretty
This
pretty
one
popular.
is definitely, this one's definitely the most popular on streaming right now. It features the Seattle duo Grayskul, which if you're not familiar with them, they are comprised of Onry, Ozzborn, and JFK Ninja Face. They've been
Love it.
around for a while. They're part of the Rhyme Sayers Entertainment family. I don't know if they still are, but they used to be anyway, back with like Brother Ali and those guys. And they were really big in like the mid 2010s, kind of.
And they're putting it down on this one at least.
Catch up. Yeah. So when I first heard this beat, I had no intention of like doing any features outside of Pangea on this project. But when I first heard this beat, I was just like, damn, that sounds like a Grayskul song. So I was like, yeah, I'll try my luck. I'll reach out
Maybe
to them
influence their decision. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know, and so I sent it to them, and they were all about it. And they
Hell
came
yeah.
Through, and they are very verbose, more so than me. It's funny because like I'm used to being the one that's like very verbose on my albums, but you put my verse up against them, and it's like, like they're very, very wordy. So
Yeah,
I hope
no.
you'll enjoy it though.
But it's versatile too. Yeah, let's check out Fake News Break. Here we go.
Things are not normal. And in this moment, right now as I'm looking at you,
These samples,
something
though,
finally
that
is
end.
good to see your face.
Still.
Without getting the specifics of that allegation, we
gotta get-
do know that the Russians throughout the campaign...
I gotta play the fake news, and then I give you a break in the middle of the lyrics.
And 182,000 confirmed deaths.
Yo,
Ferris wheel terror has been real to me since heights. That was my junior high school, ups and downs in my sights. Shooting the gift inside, its squad was foreign to them. Only thing understood was touchdowns and us touching the rim. All of us acne prone except a few lucky ones. All of us passing gossip around inside our offering baskets that weighed a ton. After these rumors overspilleth, some of it stuck with us until this very day, playing its part to kill us. Disease can take so many forms and seep so secretly into so many pores that it so frequently conforms. Beneath illicitly adorned with much complicity, so scorned that all iniquity forlorn becomes its norm. So sad with sick leave you continue to perform and ignore awful realities that peek under your door. But I'm here to tell you to soar. Take a leap of faith, I implore you, plunge without any assistance to our Earth's core. Never will I be forgotten, I am a rare fossil, rare fine modulated obstacle in the way of you when you just go through the motions. Now you laying in my orchard upon your back after a potion overdose. You still buzzing from the night before. You just wasn't ready for my lore. You need help to open a door that swings back and forth, constantly indifferent to the civil war.
We interrupt this message of a word from our sponsors. A media monopoly to cannibals and monsters. This is professional suicide. We're bridging the great divide. We're fighting the tide until it subsides. The war machine is hungry for your firstborn sons. The government is coming for your God-given guns. So while we rise high enough to block out the sun, here's a question, Miss America. What have you done? Your attention has already been broken. If it hadn't been for me, you would have never heard a word we have spoken. We represent the chosen, open-minded social poets who will prey on your emotions of a poem so potent that it provokes a chain reaction, your vacant synapses, and makes you question what you're told while reality collapses. I was gifted with a package that can ruin the union. Ray-Bans, it revealed to me not everyone is human. Rappers came to chew the bubblegum, I came to kill conformity. The television lied to us and said we're free reportedly. This isn't a democracy, we live in the hypocrisy. I'm green-lighting, taking out this criminal bureaucracy. The enemy is anyone who tries to take our freedom. I know that it could be an act of treason, but if you dare to think that you can take away my God-given rights, well, I'm sorry, but you just gave me a fucking reason.
Almost conceive what they assume is the truth. They form artifacts, consume, reduce the views without proof. Like Brian Archer, Marxist fool that only shoots the harpoon. A whale's carcass, far from absolute inaptitude, lacking in that department. Hard to hear it. So pardon these liberals, disregard them. They're all but cognizant, knowledge, lawless, and make their environment flawless and garbage, retarded, falling from grace's apartment. Marveling greatness upon them. No name to face it is Martian. A common market where artists are caught and bargain. You trust like a shark's cartilage. Parlor, charming argument junk. Cigar jogging for slices of dairy parliament cuts. Rhubarb pie off the knife of a dirty artist. In Hell's kitchen, we live in the system, part of a crux. Darkest conditions with little make life remarkable. Thus, barter your ratings, conviction with pain, body and such. Hardly insane is got to blame for this lobotomy's rush. Like Georgie Soros is culprits, no liberosis, hypnosis, control the roaches with corporate ropes, leave them hopeless and choking, stenching for sickening religion. The edge they need a condition like Oprah's cold, the vindictive women involved in commission. Repulsive snakes in his finger, fuck you if gay, you know, fanned in those of grapes that replenish with sinful hate like a menace. Commit society sentences, slave for life, she's a temptress with a resentment unless you avoid all consequences.
Let's go straight to the White House. First, our chief White House correspondent, Jim Acosta, is joining us.
In a cross-town in Central Park, iconic Central Park, an emergency field hospital is also set to open later today, with the president hoping the country is back up and running. Meanwhile, a number of private companies are stepping up to help with medical
It's like the radio stations turning.
Now is going to be more than just lessons learned.
Anyways, really good stuff. I like it, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the fake news break?
I love it. I think it turned out as like a really solid project. It was tough, like including it on the album a little bit because it is so different from everything else.
I think it fit really. It was kind of like within the realm, but yeah, just the border side of it. But I thought it was really great, man. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like the whole purpose of the album being Great American is that it's supposed to be like stories from all different walks of life. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I feel like
got to get all the perspectives.
It couldn't all be just like feel good party music. You know, like there has to be some more raw, like real stuff on it. You know, so I think that's kind of what that was about.
Well,
and that's also
I rap about space aliens, so I mean.
Yeah, you know,
jury's still out on those. We don't know.
Well, you know, right. Some people. I mean, we know at least one of them.
Right. Totally.
So you know, but so that brings us to our next track, which again I feel like the fake news break was needed to bridge
Kind of
the
palate
gap
cleanser,
between-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, like a soft reset, you might say. But this track is called The Thread, and this is about as heavy.
This is
as
where it gets real, man, right? Yeah, that's some serious, this is
Yeah, it
some
gets
real
real.
stuff.
Yeah, this song put me in my feels, for lack of a better word, when I was writing it. It's influenced by true stories from people that I know, have known personally. Some of them are still with us, fortunately. But
Awesome.
it's 3 different stories kind of like tied together. So calling it The Thread works in multiple ways because, as you'll hear at the end of the song, like the thread is kind of like what's the word, analogical for love being the thread that like ties everything together, but also the 3 stories being kind of tied together and it up that way. It kind of works in multiple ways. So
Okay, awesome.
but
Yeah, let's hear
it's
The Thread.
definitely-
I'm ready.
yeah, it's a real song.
Yeah, no, and like I was saying earlier, like credit to those people that the stories derive from, right? Because that's some like Usually you don't want to be in those scenarios, and if it's evoking emotion, then I think you're on the right track. So yeah, let's check out The Thread. Oh, there we go.
They say the truth hurts.
Loop there.
The following is a true story. A story of
name
pain and
hasn't
loss
changed.
and love.
Protect the
But love is the thread that ties it all together.
Little Jimmy used to have a little drug problem, but then it turned into a big problem. He would work a 45-hour week just to put it up his nose. Couldn't feed his wife and family or buy his daughter clothes. Couldn't even see her face as she pleaded with him daily. He'd rather drown his sorrows in some Jameson and Baileys after huffing up and shooting up and smoking up his paycheck. Money for the bills? Nah, just another blank check. But Jimmy's money don't spend no more. Not since later when his daughter found him laying on the floor. Jimmy's chain tight, swole around his neck, face blue, eyes red, pulse impossible to check because his arm was tied off with a needle in his vein. The names all changed, but the story stays the same. Another lost soul killed by weapons man-made. Should have saved the cash and paid to put a bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his death is predestined. Jimmy made his own decisions, but he never begged the questions. Will drugs really help to cure my depression? Is this direction where I'm supposed to be headed? So now when mother has to sleep on her own, another daughter has to grow up in another broken home with no father figure by her bedside to kiss her goodnight and tell her, don't cry baby, I can make it alright. Candace, 17 and prone to bad habits, no dad to tell her no, OnlyFans and nude candid, selfie photos, Instagram, shower pics and so on. Daily she would post and share her body with the masses, but she was bad news, good men would turn away. She would lay awake at night wishing for a new day, a new life, a new job, money for her stomach ache, anything to save her from this fake God. She would pray, but time and time again she was met with heartache, a victim of the father who was dead before her birthday. Now celebrating 14 for graduating 8th grade, nobody ever wondered why the candy turned out this way. Sure, Candy's live shows would garner many viewers, but they just watch and hope for opportunities to screw her. 1,000 likes or more, but Candace never felt an ounce of love, not enough to fill the void her father left when he was drugged. Soon enough, Candace got a shot at the big times, approached by men with answers to her problems, a lifeline. The casting couch tried out, darling, y'all'll be fine, but Candy wasn't fine, cause she was running out of time. Candace knew her days were numbered from the start, because inside her stomach she could sense it never beating hard. It wasn't hunger causing her to feel this pain inside, it was a new life within her that made her feel alive. His name was Gregory, 19, guilty of a felony, tried to sell a couple 100 grams from his SUV. Little did he know his bro was playing for the other team. Greg was locked away and the jury threw away the key. 10 years passed, Greg was off on good behavior. He learned to value time in jail, he even found a savior. Promised that he'd change his ways but couldn't change his nature. Back in jail for trying to boost a Civic from his neighbor. Another year in prison and Greg was tired of waiting. Time to set his record straight, he was out of patience, afraid to go to hell cause all he wanted was salvation. He moved away from home and got a job as prescribing patients at a home for battered women. He McCanned us on a Saturday, taken right away at how she played guitar and serenaded everyone inside the room. Baby Jimmy in her arms, a sad song penetrated deep and resonated. Greg sat beside her, asked her if she'd play again. A smile came across her face the first time since who knows when. Jimmy looked up at Greg, cracked a smile and he was in. Kenny felt a warmth that she had never felt from other men. Finally, after all the heartache and sorrow, both of them could see their sun was rising on tomorrow. A new day would dawn, a new life was born. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts, the world is torn. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts, the world is torn. Love's a thread to mend now.
Yeah, man, really like that one. What are your thoughts on that that joint there?
Yeah, I think it turned out good. I think I said this to you before when you were in the mix, but I really like how we built up.
Yeah, it progresses.
Yeah, it progresses really well. Like the first verse is pretty much raw straight, and then like when I do the harms at the end, like it kind of like it really like gives it that impact.
I think so too.
Starting at like the build up to the end of the second verse all the way through, like you start to get more harmonies in the background that kind of all start to kind of accumulate, and then it all comes to that point at the end. So it's kind of.
Plus, there's like the piano and it's orchestral, which I think like kind of goes into like movie score and themes, which always like kind of goes there, which is really awesome. I think that one stands out for that reason, right?
It definitely helps paint the picture, you know, and it is such a storytelling track, you know, like there's no punchlines, no metaphors or anything like that.
Just straightforward, yeah.
Just straightforward, and so the piano kind of acts as like that, almost like the metronome that helps hold it all together. And the crazy thing is too, is despite it being such heavy material, it's still kind of like a head nodder, you know what I mean? It still every beat lands, you kind of hear it, you know, which is nice. So
awesome. Cool. So, at least for this next one, kind of leaving that more kind of gritty space, tell us about Crescendo. For me, when I was working on it, I was like, is this one song, Johnny? What's going on here? Because, like, EQing it was like night and day, but it's two halves, right?
So it's two halves of a whole, two different beats married together. And I knew I was going to screw with you on that one a little, but
it's different.
When I was writing it, when I was writing it, I knew I wanted to be the kind of the capstone to the project, right? And I had a lot to say, and it all kind of ran together. And I was like, it's gonna be long, if it's one beat.
Yeah.
So instead, I broke it up into two different beats, and I think it came out pretty good. But yeah,
I like it. Yeah,
it's probably a pain in the ass to EQ it.
Oh, it was just it's mixing them together. It's like because some of them you'll see on the waveform, it like peaks really high, but the bass frequencies on the other one make it just as loud, but the waveform looks to. Anyways, yeah, it was a fun surprise.
Yeah, but it's also kind of like a break, like. It makes sense contextually for the track, and you'll hear this when
I like beat number 2 the best.
It starts off almost like purely apologetic and introspective, and then ends more like outward looking. You know what I mean? So I think it makes sense that they're like a little bit different, whereas one's like a little sharper and the other one's more airy. And for those of you who don't get it, a crescendo is the point in a song or a musical work where everything kind of comes to a point, right? It's like the peak.
It's funny you mentioned that too. When I would write individual songs, I used to write according to narrative or novel stuff, right? So you have your rising action, and then it peaks about 3/4 of the song, and then it's kind of a letdown. And for whatever reason, a lot of my EDM stuff breaks into 3/6/9 as opposed to 4/2/4/6/8 type stuff, right? So definitely feel that one. So yeah, I know. So yeah, any other stuff before we get on some crescendo?
No, just I'm not suicidal. Just there's a lot of metaphors in here, but I hope nobody feels like I need a hug or a phone call.
He's okay. He's not suicidal.
It's just music. It's not that serious.
All right, here we go. Crescendo.
Dear God, please forgive me of my sins.
That being said, this is a really good prayer. If you ever want to just recite these lyrics before bed, covers all your bases.
Heaven will find you. Heaven will find you, boy. So don't just walk around in the streets like that. Why you gotta be like that? You're lost but not forgotten. Lost but not forgotten. Heavenly Father, won't you please forgive me for thinking I should end it all like I'm Mac or Whitney? In my mind, I must have pulled the trigger 100 different times. Now I'm asking y'all to look beyond my awful crimes. It's been said that death that fear can kill a mind, but what revives it is the hope that someone out there needs my light to fill their darkness more than even I do. It's shameful to admit this. I'm sorry, fam, I know it's heartless, but I can harness all the fear and doubt that finds me laying in my bed alone where shadows grip and bind me, far away from light of day that shines upon and blinds me and warms and intertwines with thoughtful rhymes that grow inside of me. So what I'm really trying to ask is if you'll be my sun and shine again. Open up my mind within, I swear that I'd give anything. Time again, I wish that we could talk it out. I understand it's give and take. I know I never listen, that's a habit that I'm trying to break. Yeah, heaven will find you. Heaven will find you,
I love the reverb in this one.
So don't just walk around in the streets like
For those of you playing at home, you would have heard that chorus in Dead Memes. That was a little teaser.
Yeah, you see, it couldn't happen any other way than how it happened. That's why I put my life into this rap shit. Instead of standing by, I rose above, became a man of action. I saw my life retold in photos, read my lyrics in a caption. Now I'm feeling like the man who moved a mountain cause of God in his path. I forget it. Do I really need to waste my time repeating lines I said 100 times? Like maybe then they'll fucking listen. Maybe then they'll hear my rhymes. Maybe then they'll understand that I'm a prophet for the lost. I've been searching for a purpose. I won't stop at any cost. I'll travel down the path I started walking in my teens. Still uncertain if the ends will ever justify the means. Cause I was given lungs to breathe, eyes to see, a heart to beat, a mind to understand, ears to hear, and a tongue so I could speak. I got the devil on my left, always telling me I'm weak, and an angel right beside him telling me to keep believing that the planet God created and was laid before the feet of evildoers one day will be relinquished to the meek. It seems impossible to me, but who the hell am I to doubt it? Everybody join together like a choir fucking shout it.
I love this sample you did there.
Accents did a nice job on these beats. And they flow together nice. Like, I don't think they ever intended for that, but they worked out really well.
I agree, man.
Yeah. Lately I've been on my stay awake for days, study rap, rhyme,
This is where
and lay in bed and pray as
it's
I
all
contemplate
new.
my fate and demonstrate kindness.
But I love it. I love this instrumental here.
Behind us. That's the past that made us who we are today. Ignorance and violence. These thoughts are far too commonplace. Manifest greatness, and please don't be complacent. Bear witness to the birth of time and space are rearranged just to make the most of every moment passing us faster. I'm standing on the podium. I guess that I'm the pastor in the church of never ending. The messages I'm sending are a signal flare to all aware it's time to quit pretending and elevate yourself above the rest and keep ascending to your rightful home. I promise all my folks you're not alone. Focus on my voice and look away from telephones and fake news and memes. Please remember all your dreams. I swear this life is more than what it seems. Let the chorus lead.
It's interesting too because the first part, it's like I'm praying and or confessing, and then the second part it's like I'm preaching, you know? So it's like an interesting dichotomy.
Yeah. You've been born again at this point in the new beat.
Yeah.
I take a break from my congregation for a momentary contemplation. Like, what's my message? What's my aim? And should I even keep on preaching all my rap-related teachings? Is my message even worth the energy I spend to weave it in the written song? Maybe my message is wrong, but I stand behind it steadfast, unmovable and strong in my conviction. I'm pinned to place of crucifixion. Every poem that I write is benediction to my true belief. My father taught me beauty isn't skin deep, it's underneath, it's deep within the heart. The spirit and the art that bleed out, the pores and cuts and scrapes upon the surface. But what's the purpose? To be your own person? Was it worth it? Was it worth the pain and suffering? Living on the outskirts, misunderstood and inverse, prone to violent outbursts. I hope and pray one day I'll see my way to love and virtue. I swear to God I never meant to hurt you, but still the truth hurts.
People don't sing that like that no more. You know?
Yeah!
Get into it, yeah. You gotta dig deep to sing like that.
This is kind of like, I hesitate to say that this is like the actual end of the album, you know, but it is kind of like the crescendo, right? So everything that follows after this.
I like how it rides out. Dude gets on the piano and does the like little lead shit.
That's a lot of like speedy. Yeah, it's nice.
I think
but
it's
all
good,
the tracks that follow this are kind of more like summary tracks, you know. So it's fun. You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of like
peak rising action, and then you need it to kind of settle and chill.
It reminds me of like the good old days, where you would have like the hidden tracks, like if you played the album.
Yeah, played on track 99 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Love the crescendo, the end, and it's about the big man upstairs in a way, and I love it. Spreading the word. Good word.
Yeah.
And then,
like,
go ahead. Sorry, sir. This is your album review, man. Anytime you just cut me off, that's how.
Well, it's just funny because sometimes when you're writing something, like you don't really realize what you're doing, but it is interesting, like at the beginning, that I'm more like confessant and like apologetic, and it's almost like I'm trying to figure myself out, and then the second half, it's like I figured it out, and now I'm trying to spread the message a little bit, you know? It's kind of cool. It's like I knew what I was doing.
You brought it all together. You could have fooled me. I thought you like had this master plan. There's like, dude, Johnny's been working on this for like 5 years, man. He's got like the red yarn going to the right songs, and the metaphors are on point. Anyways, I think it's really cool. I really love how it came together. Speaking of which, this I remember portion. This one's got Jonah?
This one's got Jonah. So this is the second track on the album of Jonah Ladd, singer-songwriter from my town.
Yeah.
And this song I actually wrote a really long time ago, but I never really put it out. And I finally found a good beat, and I enlisted Jonah to help me with the hook, so I think it came out good. It's short, especially compared to Crescendo. It's super short.
What's the runtime on Crescendo? Like something like Metallica, 6 minutes?
It's like 6.5 minutes, I think.
If you're going to go for it, go for it. I just say don't go over 8. I've been there years ago.
It can be tough. But,
Progressive trance is a deep rabbit hole. But anyways.
Yeah. This one's cool. It goes into a little bit of like when I started rapping and some of my young like hip hop life and stuff, but it also is all about looking forward and moving on. And, you know, never forget where you came from, but don't let it define you. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's deep, man. I'm like a puddle by comparison. Anyways,
be like water.
Yeah, there you go. Then this goes into Bruce Lee shit, right? Be water, my friend. Cool.
Well, Bruce Lee mixtape, or in between every track, you just hear "wah."
Dude, concept album right there. I like it. All right, well,
that's what I want.
Let's check out some I remember Bruce Lee, but different story. But let's check out Jonah and Mr. New Classic here.
And this is nice because it starts with piano, and the last one ended with piano. So.
Yeah, nice little smooth in intro, glide in.
All these places I remember seems to always on my mind. Some are better left forgotten, others never left behind. Some have changed and gone away, others haven't changed a bit. Some have influenced my life, others influenced my spit. I was born in '89, in summertime I was a cancer. From the moment that I opened up my eyes, I sought the answer. What's my reason for my breathing? What's my calling? When I finally caught the microphone, the pieces started falling into place. I was born to be a rapper, I could tell. Rap is something I could build upon in time, I do it well. So I learned to bless the microphone and cracked out of my shell. I remember back when it was only me and KL, and well, that was back before my voice was filled with confidence. Now every time I rap, they say my poetry is prominent. I can't go back to what my life was like before the mic. I used to think these cats were all alike. Alright.
I remember what you said when you laughed right in my face. Never thought I'd be on stage, standing here above you. And you can stay there on your own. In the crowd there all alone. I'm glad I got to see your face. I'm glad we went our separate ways.
Yo, a college dropout, I never went to graduation, but I still received my education, and I was voted the most likely to fail. But when I turned away from college, I exceeded every expectation. And I remember when I first began to rap, I made my teachers laugh, and now they're asking for an autograph. I may joke around a lot, but there's truth in every bar I craft.
I like the piano stuff. I like the noodling on this one too.
I was taught that if you say something, you own it, that's the truth be told. Every line I wrote is living proof, behold. I make music out of moments in my life bestowed, chop them into poetry and amplify them 20-fold. I'm the product of what happens when you break the mold. But walking off the beaten path since I can stand upon my own. It's time to hit this bumpy road and make my message known. The life and times events, see the greatest story never told.
And I remember what you said when you laughed right in my face. Never thought I'd be on stage, standing near above you. And you can stay there on your own. In the crowd they're all alone. Man, I'm glad I got to see your face. I'm glad we went our separate ways.
It's just a nice. Take care, Jonah. Have a good one. Right?
Bye,
But no,
buddy.
it ends really nice. And Jonah does a great job. It's like right up his alley for like that kind of topic, right? Perfect.
Yeah, it was great when we were in the studio recording too, because when he first came on, he was like, "Bye," and I was like, "Oh." He was like, "Oh, is that too high?" I was like, "No, it's just because like
just wasn't ready
originally
for it.
when I was doing the hook, you know, I'm a alto at best, baritone more likely."
Yeah,
so I was
a little
like,
bit different timbre.
I remember what, and so when he was like, "Bye," I was like kind of taken aback. But the more I listened to it, I was like, actually, you know, I like that. It's like very angelic.
It's funny because, like, I remember when I was working with him, he had trouble trying to, like, do, like, I don't know how to do 80s. And I was like, just pick someone, man. There's, like, examples galore, right?
Yeah.
And when he did it, he sounded like he was channeling Michael Jackson. Like, oh, this just got, like, on a fucking, like, you know, baby type of fucking level. I'm not a big baby fan. I don't say that too often in music, right?
Baby.
If I start saying baby, like that's when to fucking check on me if there's something wrong, right?
You know what? You got that grizzle in your voice. You could probably do like.
Oh, I probably could get away with it. Yeah.
Everlast style like blues R&B album. I bet you could rock it.
Oh yeah, no, and that's where I reside. I try to take advantage of the smoking at least for like some kind of positive output.
Well, it's like in that. What track is that? Oh, it's Chronophobia, right? Where I say it's my drug of choice besides the whiskey, women, and cigars I smoke to change my rapping voice.
Exactly, yeah. No. And that was like the idea going into it way back in the day, too. It was like, I thought I always had a ridiculously high voice, but I kind of turned out just really monotone and gravelly at the end of the day.
Try to be like Sean Price, you know?
Well, you know, just try to sound like some worth shit on the mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Been a while, though. It's been a while since we've been to the end of this album. How we feeling thus far?
So, I remember it's interesting because it's like reflective of Chronophobia. Chronophobia is very like doubtful and kind of covers the same material, but it's like very cynical. And whereas I remember, it's like, yeah, I've been through that shit, but I'm kind of ready to move on and like make it my own. And then Been a While is like the true ending to the album where it's literally just let me paint you a quick picture, and it's like, you know, it's almost like you listened to the album, you went on that journey with me, And,
I feel like this one has my more favorite outro on it, if not mistaken.
Yeah, everybody loves the outro on this one, and it's
Cool.
funny because like initially I just started ranting. I had been recording for a long time, and I just started ranting. You know, it works. So
no, dude, there's this one line in there that I won't spoil it for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, but there's kind of like this track's almost like I shut you in a room and was like listen to the album, and then this is me opening the door and be like, yo, it's been a while, how's it going? Like, you know,
What'd you think?
You know,
bye Jonah.
Close it. Yeah, bye Jonah.
He's gone already, so this is a follow-up.
Yeah, so anyway, this, hope you enjoy it. It's only got a little bit of rapping on it. It's a slightly different style, but it's a fun song. So
all right, let's check it out. Already love, yeah, that sound homey feeling. Sort of Warren G-esque, which I can vibe with. Love that.
Kind of like the end credits to like a 90s movie a little bit, you know?
I could definitely see that. Chris Tucker's walking off now in the sunset.
It's been a while, it feels just like a lifetime. Probably why I live within my rhymes, that's a lifeline. I've got a rhyme and let my little light shine. This little light of mine, what I might find is if I took the time to really think about it, then I would probably never thought of writing raps, hypothetical. I never thought to speak my mind on sample instrumentals. I probably never thought to be a prophet. Hypocritical at times, but trying hard to grow up. Improving every second, every moment, but I'll probably never blow up. Look, nobody said this life is easy street. Nobody listening to me like I'm the CDC. I just wanna lay around and speak my mind to easy beats. Probably why your lady loves to fuck with me. Alright, I'm playing. I'm saying I've been rhyming for a minute. Don't care if it's a rat race, cause I just wanna win it. It's been a while, but I'm feeling at home. I treat the mic like my wife, I can't leave it alone. I'm the smack talking prophet with a heart of gold. Immature but very old. I've been rapping for a decade, player. I got many different layers. I got many different people who believe in my words. But I don't hold on to them haters, cause that shit's for the birds. Getting old is never easy, it's a difficult verb. So what I'm saying, what I'm really saying, is it's really been a while. And not like a little while neither. Like a long while, a real long while. Like, say you're waiting outside the club, and you just keep seeing all these scantily dressed ladies getting let in for free. So you keep waiting. Clutching at your $20 bills, hoping that you get in. All that money that you scrape together after working 40 hours in the last 3 days, busting your ass in the grill or behind the bar or in the dish pit or bouncing at the fucking club. And now all you can do is watch other losers like yourself standing outside in the cold, watching your breath in front of your face as you sigh because another 16 barely dressed honeys just walked past your ass and into the club, and you were left holding that velvet rope in one hand and your dick in the other. They won't even let you inside, they just pay you to stay out, so maybe you can take your money to another club on a Wednesday night and watch this whole fucking song and dance play out all over again, but from a different angle. That's beautiful.
Like
that's a great American dream, baby. Don't let it slide.
Love it.
Peace.
Beautiful. And I love how we end cold. Like, that's awesome.
For those of you playing at home, the club is a metaphor for the hip-hop industry, just so you're...
Okay, all right. I'm digging that. Now I'm thinking a whole new level, because I was considering, like, I've personally been there as a fucking angsty young youth, right? Like, I guess I've
been there as an angsty youth. I've been there as a bouncer. I've been there as a bartender, nightlife photographer. I've done it all, you know. Just haven't performed there yet, but...
Got to taste the lifestyle for that and then understand the reality is just awful.
The other thing about that track I think is funny is it's like the only track on the album that I rap like I talk. You know what I mean? Like it's more.
I think it's awesome.
Slow, jazzy, but like, because normally I'm like, "Yo, you got to do this," and it's like that's not how I talk in real life at all. Like, so it's way more laid back. You know?
And it's funny too, because that one is the end of the album. And did you know after we were finished, like, okay, this is gonna round out the album? Because like that was done in 2021, bro. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the last track I recorded, but I knew it was.
it would be the capper, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, super awesome. Any other wrap-up thoughts as far as the finalization for Great American Classic, reviewing this masterpiece that we've been kicking around for like half a decade?
Yeah. Well, I will say the album was originally going to be 22 tracks long. With the help of my good friend Matt Moses, much more digestible 15 tracks.
Yeah.
And
then after Drake, it doesn't matter, right?
Right, exactly. What we realized in that editing phase was that a lot of the tracks, not a lot of them, but some of them were kind of like retreading the same ground a little too much. So we just didn't want that redundancy to be.
Don't want to do any overkill.
Album.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And some of those stories, like, they can be told in different ways, but I feel like I'm going to end up doing a different album or I think that the project turned out really good, so shout out to Mose for that. I really appreciate all of your hard work on it. I know it's
got Tekmo and Mose, got multiple Mo's going. That's
Mo.
Totally.
I really like the Pangea folks who came through. Obviously, DA, Toke, and Rolos had the most features, but they really shout out to No Justice. Shout out to Germoney.
Yeah. Germoney said that was the best he sounded his verse too, right?
I love his verse on that, man. I know his verse by heart, and whenever it comes on, I always rap it, and my wife always looks like, what do you mean?
Yes. Right.
I do want to give a shout out.
Yes, love
shout out to
Germoney.
BC Born Crazy. He was supposed to be on the album, but he got cut. But the thing,
you guys have had plenty of projects, right?
Yeah, and we're actually working on a mixtape right now, the BC MC EP.
Oh shit!
Like,
I wonder who they might reach out to for some production. I don't know. He's got a new setup. Right? I like his new rig. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I've heard some of his new stuff. It sounded really good.
Cool.
But the thing I say about the cut too is that Mose actually had a track on this album too, and he even cut that track because he didn't think it fit. At least we know we were bipartisan.
Yeah, all equal opportunity track cutting, right? Mm-hmm. Totally. Well, awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out and reviewing this and giving me some steady work. I wish I would have been like streaming or uploading this shit on the regular, but I suppose it kind of defeats the purpose of keeping it a surprise when you release it, right? So.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to wait till it gets out there and then.
It's like the Netflix thing analogy. Big bust, here's a bunch of stuff to listen to. Go have fun, right? Go play. Dude, every October, for whatever reason, I tend to come up with a song, and I've always called it October's Bust.
That's great.
Ridiculous. But anyways, well, thank you for letting me work on your gem, too, honestly. Like, I was thinking, it's just, like, awesome to help you realize your vision with that, right? So, yeah. Keep them coming.
Professional quality.
Well, thank you. Any parting words for the folks who'll be seeing this on the channel? You're going to promote it. I'm going to put it on my shit, of course, but yeah.
Yeah. If you're seeing it and you don't know who I am, find out all about the album. The easiest way to find the album is go to greatamericanalbum.com.
You got to give me all the links for this. We'll put it like burp, burp, burp.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Do some tags up.
Greatamericanalbum.com will have all the links to this particular album on all streaming platforms. It'll also have links to my personal Bandcamp, all of my discography, including the albums from olden days before I was doing certified shit on Spotify and whatnot, going back to 2000. And then you can hear me before the Whiskey, Women, and Cigars and hear how lame I sounded because I never did anything.
That's great. But yeah, definitely send me all the relative stuff. We'll put it in there.
Oh, yeah. 100% follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. It's New Classic Official. Do not. You
got to pick your platforms. That's why I went with YouTube, man. Like, I feel like my medium's better for here.
Yeah.
But yes, I probably should be everywhere, but right now I'm focusing on building one.
Yeah.
But
Do
awesome.
not follow @NewClassic on Instagram. That's Iggy Azalea, and she stole my username.
Oh, lovey. Hey, at least it's Iggy Azalea, right? That's not super bad company. Could be worse.
I was gonna say at least it's not like tough competition, but okay.
Yeah, just crush it, mic drop it, right? So just for fun, I'm gonna try this here. If you want to watch part 1, we're gonna put it up there. If you want to watch part 2, we'll put it up there. And lastly, check out the links below. And while you're surfing the web, check out the Kthulu store. I don't know, I got some Jack Gates merch. It's pretty dope, but it's all down there. Just do the and look down in that area. Yes. Ain't nothing to fudge with, that's for sure.
It's for the children.
Well, cool. Well, thank you for going on this journey, Johnny, and appreciate you, like, at least liking the production. Yeah, man. I think, like, if anything, like I said, going throughout the years, like, I do stuff differently, just, you know, but yeah, going through all that, and dude, those ones that were always a bitch are always my favorite when they're like finalized. It's like, thank fucking God, that sounds good now. But anyways, thank you again. Stop by anytime. I'm sure we'll do some new stuff, but yeah, let's call it a video for this one and go from there. Yeah.
Be true to your school.
Love it. Take care.
Thank you for watching. You can find Tekmo 9.0 on YouTube and SoundCloud. Published songs are available on all major music streaming platforms. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to receive notifications.